We're going to begin in child's pose, Balasana. Try taking your knees out wide, but keeping your toes in together, sitting back towards your heels. Lowering your arms in front. If your forehead doesn't easily come all the way down to the floor, you can stack your fists on top of each other and rest your forehead there. Or if you have a yoga block or a blanket, you might like to just bring that in beneath your forehead. Or if it's quite easy for you to bring your forehead all the way down, then go ahead. So once you're there, letting your eyes close, softening your face, loosening your jaw, letting your shoulders soften and your arms. Start to bring your awareness to your breath. Letting your breath flow easily in and out through your nose. Really taking notice of the sensation of the air as it flows into your nostrils and as it flows out through your nostrils. See if you can notice the sensation of your breath in the center of your throat. See if you can notice the sensation of your breath inside your rib cage. Rib cage gently expands when you breathe in and lowers softly as you breathe out. Perhaps you could also feel the sensation of your breath inside your belly. Just noticing. So when you're ready, slowly begin to lift your forehead away from the floor, making your way up onto all fours. So you're aiming to have your hands so that they're about the same width as your shoulders, and spread your fingers out wide, and you're aiming to have your knees so they're beneath your hips. And you can begin to sway your hips just slowly from one side and then across to the other side. If this is challenging to have your hands planted on your mat, you could also bring your elbows down instead and just have your elbows beneath your shoulders. So you might like to stay with this side to side sway, or perhaps you might begin to move into a circle, letting the hips travel around very slowly, as small or as large as feels right for your body. You can start to take that circle back the other way when you're ready. And making your way back to center. we're going to start to arch the spine up. Feel that your tailbone is pointing down as you lower your head. When you start to breathe in, lifting your tailbone, middle of your back lowers, and then lifting your head to look forwards. When you breathe out, start the movement from your pelvis, lowering your tailbone, arching up. And just continue on so that you're following your breath. Let it be really slow and mindful. The breath is guiding the movement. So we'll move into a balance next. So if you bring your knees a little closer in together, when you're ready, taking your left leg straight out behind, keeping your hips level. And you can either stay with both hands planted, or if you wish, you can reach your right arm out in front and then gazing straight out in front. Stay with your breath. One more breath in, and when you breathe out, then you can lower back down. And changing to the second side. So when you're ready, this time right leg extending out behind, aiming to keep your hips level. Only if it feels good for you, you could stretch that left arm forwards and then look out in front. Observing your breath, observing your body. One more breath in, and when you breathe out, then releasing. So if you just sit your hips back a little, bring your elbows down, lifting your hands, and so you can make some circles into your wrists. Just releasing any tension that might be there in your wrists. So if you come right down onto the front of your body now, bringing your elbows down so that your elbows are just beneath your shoulders. You might want to take your feet out so they're a little wider than your hips, and checking that the front of your pelvis is connected to the floor. Then you're pressing your elbows, forearms and hands down into your mat. Slowly begin to lift your chest. Think of your collarbones widening, gazing straight out in front. So this might be enough of a back bend for you. Or if it's too much, just lower back down. But if you want a little more, you could also lift your elbows away from the floor. Keeping awareness on your breath. When you're ready, you can lower your elbows back down and lower your head all the way down. If you bring your hands just beneath your shoulders, press into your hands, and we're going to come back into child's pose. So whether you want to keep your knees together, or perhaps like at the beginning, it might be easier for you to take your knees wide, sitting back. Remember, you can support your head with your hands or a block or blanket if you need to. Softening your face, and just take a moment to observe your breath again in this moment. So when you're ready, start to gently lift your head and slowly make your way upwards. If you're comfortable kneeling, you can stay kneeling, or you might want to take your feet out in front or cross your legs. So just begin to slowly and gently circle your shoulders. Interlacing your fingers, press your palms away from you. When you breathe in, slowly lifting your arms up. And then a soft bend into your elbows. Start to make little circles here. So you're moving from your shoulders. Nice and slow. Being mindful of how your body's feeling and whereabouts you're noticing the sensation inside your body. Slowly releasing your arms out to the sides and down. Just take a moment to notice how your arms and shoulders are feeling. And then you can interlace your hands behind your back. And if you wish, start to lift your arms away from your back. Keep your head level, noticing whereabouts you can feel the sensation of your breath. Lowering back down. And some more gentle, slow circles into your shoulders. So you might want to stay in a kneeling position, or if it's starting to feel a little bit difficult for your knees, you might want to move into a cross-legged position or sit yourself on a block, or however is going to be best to be seated. Breathing in as you lift up through the crown of your head, and as you breathe out, slowly turning your head to one side, just looking for a very gentle stretch through the side of your neck. Stay with your breath. Making your way back to find the center. Take another breath in as you lift up through the crown of your head. When you exhale, then slowly turning to the second side. So you're just looking for a gentle stretch. It doesn't need to be a massive sensation. Breathing easily. Making your way back to the center. And if you wish, just a couple more gentle, slow rolls into your shoulders. And if you make your way down to lie on your back now, keeping your knees bent, and take your feet out to the edges of your yoga mat so your feet are just a little bit wider than your hips. Take a breath in, and when you breathe out, let both knees drop down towards one side, letting your pelvis move with your legs, just keeping both of your shoulder blades connected to the floor. You may like to turn your head the opposite way, away from your knees. Keeping your belly soft, letting your breath flow. With your next breath in, you can make your way back to find the center. And when you breathe out, let both knees drop towards the second side. Keeping your belly soft and keeping awareness on your breath and the sensations inside your body. When you next breathe in, then bringing your knees back. And you can draw your knees in towards your chest, maybe bringing your hands to your knees, maybe making few little circles in one direction and then back the other way. Or you may prefer just to lightly hug your knees inwards. So we're moving now into Shavasana for relaxation time. So I have a bolster here. If you have a bolster or maybe some rolled blankets, it's quite nice to just have that for beneath your knees. And if it's a little bit chilly where you are, like it is here, you might want to have a blanket over top just to stay warm. And when you lie down, take your arms to the sides, and if it feels okay for your shoulders, turn your palms facing upwards. Maybe have a little wriggle or sway your head, making sure that you'll feel really centered and comfortable. Letting your eyes softly close. Awareness of your breath as it gently and easily flows in and out through your nose. Relaxing both of your legs right down into the tips of your toes. Relaxing both of your arms from your shoulders and all the way down into your fingers and thumbs. Feel the sensation of relaxation through both arms and both legs. Softening inside your pelvis. Softening your lower abdomen. Softening your upper abdomen. Softening inside your chest. Softening inside your throat. Relaxing the muscles of your face and softening inside your forehead. Softening the crown of your head. Letting go of all tension. Feel that each time you breathe out, your body becomes a little bit heavier. Whole of your body softening. The whole of your body becoming a little heavier, as though you could almost sink into the floor beneath you. The whole of your body completely relaxed. can begin to deepen your breath, reaching your arms up and overhead, maybe circling your wrists or your ankles. And you can slowly roll yourself onto one side. Being very gentle with yourself, make your way to a seated position. And once you're seated comfortably, you can let your eyes gently close again. Noticing your breath flowing in and out through your nostrils. Bring your palms to join together at your heart center. Softly bow your head downwards and take a moment to say thank you to yourself for your yoga practice today.